I'm really scared to play again because I've got so many recent high scores on all the time controls. But I can't play scared forever. So anyways, I'm going to go back to classical. And I honestly do not expect to set a new personal best on any time control for a long time. Even if it's like 2 months from now, I'll be okay with that because I've just done so well lately. So I've taken my luck as far as I can go, I think. So I'm expecting a lot of losses, but hopefully I can learn things from those losses and improve. So with that said, let's go ahead and play a classical game. Here we go. Hello, Draconic Fae. After this game, I will take a look. Okay, so we have a 1991 opponent, Alan. So it should be a nice close match here. Previously, when I was my last 5 or 6 games in classical, I was paired against a lot of players rated a fair bit lower than me. So don't know if I quite deserve my rating. Okay, so this is the checkover variation, which I don't know so well. I know it may be 2 or 3 more moves in, but this is not a very popular line. This is the main line. Now I have to think here. It's either bishop d7 or knight f6. So if knight f6 first, is e5 bad? It looks bad. Yeah, that's bad. So I guess we have to play bishop d7. Yeah, because again, knight f6, just e5 is... I guess, sorry, his queen's hanging, but it's not because of our knight. Okay, get with it. Knight f6, e5. I just don't see... I mean, we have knight g4, but I doubt that's any good. He can even just take here, and then our knight is really poorly placed. It's got to be bishop d7 here. Okay, I think we're in the main line again of the checkover, and I think just knight f6 now, because if e5, I think we're fine with taking. Knight f6, e5, take. So take, and then, I mean, he can't because the queen's going to fall. So knight f6, hello, eat chips. How it's going? I ate a lot of chips today. I think he just castles here or else plays bishop. I know that bishop g5 is also a line. I'm going to play, whoops, I'm going to play knight f6. And I think it castles and then it's bishop g5, but I know that bishop g5 is one of the main lines. It might actually be now. Okay, h3, I think we're out of theory now. Which flavor? I'm trying to remember the flavor. I ate so many of them, you'd think I'd know. It's like a dual flavor, like sour cream and something, I think. Okay, wait. So anyways, h3 it seems very odd. Maybe there's some weird g4 line. It wasn't sour cream and onion, because I would remember that. I'll have to go and check later. Anyways, this h3 move is very confusing to me. I don't quite understand that. Maybe if I was pregnant. Although I look pregnant, so maybe that's close enough. Okay, so I don't want e5 because I get a weak d5 square. E6 maybe. I get a weak D6 square. But it's might be okay. My other option would be G6, but maybe no buts. Might be okay. Although this is going to be a really weak square if he does push E5 and I take and then later I get E6. If I get a pawn on E6 and G6, it's going to be a really awkward square. But these look like the most natural moves. And it's got to be one of the two. Which one would I like? I'm burning a lot of time here. Okay, well, I get a pin if I play E6. There's bishop G5. And I don't know if that's going to be a problem. I don't know if this pawn is going to be a problem. But if I play G6, I don't really want to play E5 anyways. I would have to play E6. So no matter what, these two pawns are going to have to be present, I feel. So it might not matter so much which one to play. If I go G6, what if he goes bishop G5, bishop G7, and then take? I guess I'm good there. That's a tough choice. Do I want the bishop fianchetto or on E7? I think I'm going to go with G6 here because when white castles, there's going to be a rook here. And if I have a bishop on E7, it can get kind of awkward in some cases. Although I'm sure both moves are probably okay, but I'm going to go G6. Final answer. Just want to check one thing. If E5 take, I guess he can go here, and that is annoying. But the same thing would happen if I play E6. So I'll go G6. Okay, I only spent 3 minutes on that. I spent 2 hours cooking dinner today and like 2 hours cleaning before and after dinner. What a waste of time. Okay, I'm not surprised about that because H3 was played. Well, I think I'm obligated to continue with bishop G7. Although, no, that might be a problem because of G5. I took a photo of what I cooked if you really want to see later. Bishop G7, G5. And I do have, like, I've got knight H5 there. But that knight is never leaving that square. So maybe G6 was not so great. I don't want to play E5, but maybe I have to. I just don't want this knight here because it's never leaving that square. And if I could play E5, but I don't want to play E6 because of the bishop here. He forced me to play E5, hey? E5 might not be the end of the world. We're just going to have to deal with this weak square. I think I'm kind of forced to play E5. So I think it's pretty much forced. He forced my hand. So look at the time difference. 16 minutes versus 9 minutes. Yeah, so he moves his queen. So now I can continue with the fianchetto, or I could put it on E7. But since we have this structure, I think it makes sense to put it on G7. I'm not going to spend too much time on this move. One thing I worry about... No, I should be... Well, one thing I do worry about is bishop G7, G5, and then knight d5. I do worry about that, but maybe I can slip this in and create some pressure. So I'll continue with bishop g7. g5, I might do this type of idea. Maybe. Okay, but he's playing really quickly. Five viewers. Hello, Megaxa, Nasty, Nicola, Case Money. All the regulars are here. We just need Mr. Sabon. Okay, bishop d2, queenside castling. He wants to throw everything at me. Not a fun position for me. White looks pretty good here. I don't not like this fianchetto. He's just going to throw everything he's got at me. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This will be hanging. I might castle and then rook e8 and then push d5. I don't want to castle into his nastiness, but I don't think I have a whole lot of options here. Okay, I'm still considering rook e8, although now I can't push d5. I forgot about this rook. I'm going to minimize chat just so I can focus a bit because I'm really low on the clock. Don't like my position. Could even be some exchange sacks on f6. I'm thinking maybe queen g. Well, maybe queen c7. Knight d5. Ugh. This bishop is not getting so good. It's not so good. Okay, maybe. Oh, but no, I need to do that because as soon as he moves his bishop, it's not easy to defend this unless I move the knight. So I could either go queen c7, and then I would have to resort to knight e8 for defense. But then he can come in here. So I kind of need this knight here. So maybe I do have to play queen c7. But overall, I'm not liking this position. Queen c7, so I can put a rook on d8. And then I want to put a rook on c8. And I don't know, try to get something going here. But white looks pretty good. I'm not comfortable with being fianchettoed. Like kingside fianchetto. I just don't like this. I like to be the other side here. This is what it looks like from white's point of view. So, I mean, black has this attack here. That's the counter, but I always feel it's a little bit slower than white's attack. So he's going to kick my knight out with g5 and then grab this square. I could almost do a similar idea and then hit this, you know. Let's see, rook c8. Am I able to do anything with this? I think g5. I think I need to prepare this. But that's so slow. Maybe I can put a rook here and then just play g5. If knight takes, then I take and I'm threatening mate. So which rook do I want to do it with? Well, it's tough. Do I want rooks on these files? They are semi-open. But these are also pawns. It's still a little bit of tough, which I think I'm going to go with the A rook and leave the other rook for the D file. Although, you know, it's hard because I might want the rooks in this formation. I'll do it with this rook. Yeah, so this is my game plan. H4 was played. So H4, H5. I'm pretty much just going to ignore it as much, you know, I think I'm going to ignore it as long as I can. Petrosian style, and then continue with my plan. Now if knight d5, I think I will just take it. And then he can't take back because I'll just recapture. So it turned into a regular Sicilian, unsurprisingly. I'm trying to remember what was... Oh, it was a check over. It was a check over Sicilian. Which, man, I burned a lot of time. But, I don't know. I think I'm hanging in there. I burned a lot of time when out of the opening. Let's look at it from White's point of view. I don't know. White looks good, but Black has prospects as well. Looks like a real game. I think we just have to be very patient, not overreact to White's attack. Because he only had, well, he's got a lot of pieces in the attack. My pieces are more balanced, which is not necessarily a good thing. But I think we may be able to hold him off for a little while. So b4, preventing b5. Can I take here? Take? No, I can't. His queen defends. But maybe d5? I drop the... Oh, no, I don't. I'm defending that too. So d5 takes... He can't recapture. I think I'm going to push a d5. Although he can grab this. No, he can't. The problem is, if he can't move his knight because, well, he can move it, but he won't be able to recapture because of, it's going to be mate on c2. So opponent just went offline. Not a good sign. But he has a 100% game completion rate, so that's good. No fear there. So he probably just got disconnected. So I'm going to open up chat since I'm waiting. Nicola laughing at move 13. What was he laughing at here? Not sure. So, I don't know if... I mean, I'm sure my... There we go. Opponent is back. I'm going to minimize chat again. I was just going to say... I'm sure he'll be back because he has a 100% game completion rate. Hello, Wishes and Bones. Okay, chat is minimized again because the opponent is back. 13 minutes... well, 14 minutes versus 5.5. Okay, so if it was my move again right now, I guess I would just take here. Hard to say. Pushing d4 might be good too. d4. He might just take it. Might be his best option. Take, push. Rook here. I don't know. Don't know. If he doesn't take it, then I'm going to bring this in. Yeah, I don't know. Both moves seem good. Push it, like these both look good. If D takes E, well, he probably needs to take the pawn, and then again, I'll go. Actually, this might be the better way, taking, because if he recaptures, I got bishop takes, and we're killing this. So I think taking is actually better if it was my move, which it's not. So he takes. Wow, so many choices here. Pushing is an idea, although he could push again too. It gets kind of complicated. I don't know. This looks so good for black. If I take with the knight, he could move this knight out. I don't know which way's better. I'm a kid in candy store. I like all these moves, but I think I'm going to reserve that, and it's either going to be bishop takes or knight takes. If I go bishop takes, he might just do nothing. Oh, this just looks too good for black. But bishop takes. What if he pushes here? I'll just take. So bishop takes, knight takes. Knight takes, but maybe this isn't as good. Maybe I should take with the knight first. I'm going to take with the knight first. I like the bishop having these threats. It's hard when you have 3 good moves and not a lot of time. Although even if you have a lot of time, it's still annoying. When you have 3 good moves, you got to try to find the best one. It's very taxing. There's so much to calculate. It's actually one of the hardest things to when you're playing like a tournament game over the board. I think if you have 2 or more good options, it's really because the thing is, you don't want to make a wrong choice and it end up being like a bad move, because then you know that you would have had 2 other good moves. You know what I mean? It's not like not only did you play a bad move, but there were 2 other really good moves. Oh, I heard something. Thank you for the follow, A. Cooper. Okay. So 10.5 minutes versus 4.5. Tried to get in the mind frame of the game again. So I guess if it were my move, I am threatening. The thing is, I'm not threatening the pin anymore once I move the knight. That was one of the downsides of taking with the knight, because I'm not threatening this. Sorry, not pinned. I'm not threatening the fork anymore. I guess if it was my move, I could maybe take the pawn, threatening a lot of things. Threatening taking this pawn, and threatening. Well, I'm threatening the queen. So I'm threatening these 2 things, and opening up. So this just looks like a natural move. Knight takes b4. Looks pretty good. There might be something better, like maybe e4 looks good as well. e4 looks good as well. But after knight takes, it's not so fantastic. So I think knight takes b4 looks like it might be the biggest threat. Yeah, probably. What about knight takes b4, knight takes b5? No, because then I take the check. Okay, so again, I could take, but then he'll recapture. It's very messy. I mean, it's probably still good for me, but is it the best I've got? Takes. Is that the best I've got? Well, I mean, he's got to take it. I don't see how he can't take. So I think he has to take. Well, that's not necessarily true. He could move it back, but I think that's just bad for him. I can just take here. So if he takes, and then I take, oh, that's not good for me. His queen is still defending. Oh, this is annoying. Okay, well, maybe I set up another pin. Or, sorry, not pin, discovered attack. Yeah, because if I take, he's just going to take. And then take. And that's not good. As it could be. So maybe rook f d8, which I'm not so... I mean, what happened to my great attack? Maybe I should have taken with the bishop. Who knows? I'm not good at tactics. So maybe rook f d8. Oh, this is... I don't know. Rook f d8. I'll do that. So 9 minutes versus 3 minutes. I burned like, what, maybe 80% of my time by move 17. And I'm not even up material right now, but my position is really good. Although I think within the last 3 moves, I did not play the optimal moves because I'm sure I had something better. So what am I threatening now? Not as much. Not nearly as much as I was before. I was in such a good position before. What went wrong? Well, I guess I'm threatening knight takes b4 now because I've got discovery. Maybe. So double checks on a different piece would still require that piece to move, right? Not necessarily. Or being captured? Probably. So I could maybe go here then. And he's going to have to move the queen. Either way, he has to move the queen. That's my threat. And this knight is under attack. So I don't really see the benefit of putting it on f4. Because I don't see like where we're going to put the knight. Like where are we threatening to put the knight? Don't really see anything good about that. Here, at least I'm getting a pawn. And threatening this useless check. But probably better to take on b4. Then we're also possibly threatening to take this pawn for discovered attacks. Yeah, it's got to be better to take here. So then he has to move the queen, as we just discussed. Okay, he goes there to b3. How did he get away with this? Maybe I bounce here. Hopefully he didn't load up an engine. I don't think he did. But since that long delay, he's playing better. So maybe knight f4. Attacking this, attacking two pieces. He could come back here. But maybe I'll just deal that with that because I'm low on the clock. Yeah, so he can go here to defend. But then this knight is falling. So yeah, this gives him a problem. This gives him a problem. So attacking two things. How does he defend that? So I'm slowly catching up on the clock because he's now down. My opponent is now down to 6 minutes and I'm holding at 2.5. The difference was much worse earlier. My opponent doesn't have the best connection. It's 2 out of 4 bars. That might have been why he got disconnected earlier. Okay, so how did he defend it? Can't he just go here? That seems to solve all of the problems. But then there's still this check. Sorry, no, there's not. That solves everything. Oh, but then I can take here. And he can't take because it's mate. Same problem. It's before. So who was it that said tactics flow from good positions? Was that Nimzovich? Or Lasker? Sounds like it'd be one of those two. Anyways, it's a very, very good chess saying, chess expression. And I think generally I get myself into pretty good positions, but tactically I'm really, really weak because I'm old. But what I was going to say is I keep seeming to have good, like I'm not even up material here, but I keep getting good tactical opportunities, and that's just because positionally I'm in a really good position. White has a good attack, but he's got a lot of weaknesses. I do have the bishop pair, which helps. Okay, my opponent really letting the time run. He's down to 3 minutes now. I know that he's going to complete the game because he has a 100% game completion rate, so I expect him to move soon. Because he can't afford to keep playing this slowly. There is 15-second increment, but okay. So again, I'm threatening these two things. He might just have to let me just sack the exchange. You know, it's not a big deal, especially with this much time left. Maybe save the knight and just let me sack the exchange. It's not really, you know, my annoying knight would be taken care of. That's what I would do if I were him. Maybe even knight here. I can't really kick that out. I might even just consider that. What's wrong with that? Nothing is wrong with that. Knight f5, probably what I would play. Okay, that might work. That might work. What about this check? Looks interesting. So take. Oh, then I can give this check again. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go check here and win the exchange, even though my knight is so good. Although I could also go here possibly. Check. And if he comes in here, then I win the queen. And then if he goes in here. Oh my god, that's a brilliant move by me. I'm going to do this. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. So he has to go here, and then I'm blocking the check. And then it's mate in 2. Oh, that's a brilliant move. Come on. That's a brilliant move. I'm going to open up chat. Oh. Looks like we have to block someone. Okay. Oh man, that was a brilliant move. Knight d3 check. Oh, new personal best again. I'm unstoppable. Oh, that was actually a pretty good game. I played very logically the whole way through, from start to end. I got a little bit, I don't know. I think I played it pretty well. Maybe I missed a couple of tactical moves earlier, but that knight d3, man, was killer. Oh, Mr. Saban, hello. Thank you, Nicola. Knight d3 was awesome because it's mate in 2. He's good. Like if he goes here, he loses the queen, and his other option, it's mate in 2. Mate in 2. So this wins the game. (2019) new personal best on classical. And earlier today, I set a new personal best on Bullet, hitting 2015, and I set a new personal best on Blitz, hitting 1996. Why am I setting new personal best? I shouldn't be. I'm due for plateaus and losses in rating because I've just been setting so many. Now, it does sound more than they are because I spread it across different time controls, but even on chess.com, I'm 1751 on chess.com now. That's 100 points more than Dave, Draconic Fae. By the way, I have a new player that wants to go to the chess club, Draconic Fae, from chess.com. I was talking to him. Okay, no, first I'm going to show you the dinner I made because Eat Chips asked, is he still here? You know, he left. He left. Okay, this is what I made for dinner. And it took way too long. But it was good. You can see the portion of vegetables to carbs and meat. Okay. Okay, I wanted to look at my classical. So the graph has not updated yet. I never know when it updates. I don't know how long it takes. I wish it would update now. So I guess I'll analyze the game until that updates. Macaroni and breaded chicken. What the hell? That's not what it is. No, it was 2 hours, close to 2.5 hours. But then I spent like 3 hours cleaning too. Okay, let's look at that game without the engine and then with the engine. Okay, so yeah, check over variation, and I spent a little bit of time here trying to remember if it was bishop d7 or knight f6, but knight f6 looks like it fails after e5, I believe. Possibly you could play a6. Whoops, but no, probably not, because takes. No, yeah, it wouldn't work for that reason. So bishop d7 looks like it's kind of necessary. Yeah, computer says that's main line. It took me a little while to remember that. And then this looked normal. And this h3, I don't remember h3. I really thought bishop g5. Yeah, and computer or database says bishop g5. I thought it was either castling or bishop g5. I know that in the main line, bishop g5 is definitely an idea. So h3, I thought he either just, doesn't know what he's doing, or else he's preparing. Well, he still might not know what he's doing, but the only reasonable explanation for h3 is he's going to push g4. But in this position, yeah, I spent a very long time here deciding between g6 or e6. Then I ultimately decided both moves are pretty much going to have to be played in most cases anyways, so I went with g6. And here, yeah, here I found out, or at least I think that e5 was the only move here. g6 will fail to g5, and there's no other move here, so e5, even though it creates a weak d5 square, but just something I had to live with. I do get the bishop pair. Yeah, here I was also thinking of different ideas. Ended up going as queen c7 because, again, g5 is a problem. And also, this bishop can come out, and then this is being hit twice. So far, my moves were mostly dictated by being forced to play them. Whoops. h4. Yeah, b5. No, I didn't like knight. Well, case money, normally I agree with you. Like, normally you can play a knight, like in the main Najdorf line. In the Najdorf lines, you can do that. But I don't think it worked here. I don't think where was it? Yeah, I don't want the knight here because the knight is never leaving. I know that he can't attack it. He doesn't have a light squared bishop. But my knight literally can't go anywhere. Like, what good is it here? It's not doing anything. I know that it stops his advance. So that's the only thing it's doing. It's blockading his push. But I'm using a whole piece to do that. And I don't like that. Like, I could totally be wrong here. But that was my thinking. I just felt I'm not, like, that knight's going to be there for the rest of the game. I'm not going to get to use that knight, whereas he gets to use his other three pieces. Like, he could shift the attack to the queen side or something. Yeah, but it's going to stay there stationary for the rest of the game, and I just don't like that. So I don't know. We'll see what Stockfish says. You're probably right. You're always right, but that was my thinking, and I still feel that way. I still feel that way. Okay. Anyways, whoops. Getting back to the way the game proceeded. Yes, I just played very naturally here. when he played b4, that's when all of these tactical opportunities rose up. Suddenly, suddenly c3 is super weak, as well as this diagonal. Everything is weak because I can push the center. So this was probably the game-losing mistake. Move 13. Instead of b5. Knight takes. Oh yeah, it's a similar idea, right? Because he can't. No, wait. Oh yeah. So knight takes. Oh, instead of rook c8. Oh, sorry. Here. No, I think rook c8 needs it. Maybe move 14. You want knight takes here? What are you doing? e4? I don't understand. This comes in here. I don't like it. But it might be doable on... It might be doable... Oh, wait. Don't trade the bishop. What? Okay, then what? Oh, e4 right away? Oh, for the... Oh, I see. He might be able to just trade back if you do this. Oh, no, I see. He doesn't have another piece for that. If he comes in here... Maybe here. Still doesn't work, right? Yeah, it might work. I'm not seeing a way out of it. Let me see here. What if he does something earlier? Here? Did that do anything? What about that? But white's still losing a pawn, right? Yeah, it looks like it works. Although I'm actually thinking on move 14, you could do that. It might be better on move 14. Wait. Well, maybe not better, but it might work on move 14. Maybe. Right? Because of this. It looks like it works in move 14. So I kind of missed that on move 14. I like it better in move 14 than 13. Queen a4. Where? At the end of this line. Maybe. Yeah, shit. Did that work for him? That's annoying. Yeah, I think it's got queen a4. I don't see. Yeah. So it wouldn't have worked. That sucks. Okay, anyways, back to the game at hand. I played b5 and d5. And then things got sharp here. Yeah, so I wasn't sure here if I want to take I had 3 good moves. This was the hardest. I had 3 choices here. Yeah, I took with knight because I wanted to keep this as a real threat. But let's see, if I took with the bishop instead, he doesn't have to retake. But he does have these 2 issues. So if he does retake, I'm winning a pawn there? No. It's equal material, but black looks pretty good here though. So this might have been playable. But how does black proceed from here? I don't know. I guess the rook here. So I'm not sure which way. Maybe, I think the way I did it was better. I think knight takes. I think knight takes was probably better. Yeah. And then, yeah, just, I love the ending. I mean, I know it's not that hard of a move to find, but that's still a beautiful, that's still beautiful. You know, this wins the queen. Boom. Ooh, I love the ending to it. Okay, so I want to look at this in CPT. I want to see what I have in CPT for this. So this is the check over, if I can find it. How come I can't find the check over? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, so I've got this in my repertoire. Although I didn't run knight f6 very long, but that's because it's by far the best. Sorry, knight f6. Yeah, this can be also this position can be transposed, and then the main line is bishop g5, and then e6. Yeah, so this is the main line. And this also can be transposed into, but he played actually, you know what? No, yeah. So yeah, h3 was just, yeah, never been played before. I'll have Stockfish take a look at it, but I think, yeah, it's early on. It's saying g6 is the best move, followed by h6 and e5. Gives it about a bit over a third of a pawn for black advantage. Yeah, close to half a pawn advantage for black here. So not a great opening for white to play. And then I will, I'm also going to familiarize myself with after castles here. Oh, yeah, so sorry, bishop e7. This is the main line of the check over. Queen d2. Oh, sorry, it likes this rook. Oh, that makes sense. So this is the main line. Looks very reasonable. Guess black is a little bit better here. Black has a bishop pair and is just as well developed as white. Fairly equal though. But yeah, these two, like, this is, I think black's attack can be a little bit quicker here.